I think we just saw Splitgate 2 for the very first time, or whatever 1047 Games is calling the sequel to Splitgate. We know that they're working on something new. It's an FPS, it's an Unreal Engine 5, and it will have portals. And this last week on Thursday, they showed off a video called Say Goodbye to Splitgate. In the video today, we're going to look at that trailer, we're going to talk through what I see, and then we'll talk about the state of Splitgate 2024, we'll speculate, and it'll be an opportunity for me to just gush over one of my favorite FPS games of all time. So say goodbye to Splitgate, this video that was shown off at the end of the Splitty Awards. First of all, huge shout outs and thanks for the nomination in the favorite Splitgate video category. Huge shout outs to the amazing creators, the other nominees. The Splitgate community is freaking awesome. The stream basically ended with this trailer. They had that one more thing to show off, and this is what we got to see. So let's watch through it together here. So at the very start, this cool Hall of Fame, this definitely new pistol, new looking, I guess, names or brand names or something like that. And all of the nominees are listed here. So pretty freaking cool. Like, huge shout outs to all these legends. And as he continues on inside this little room here, lots of stuff. Over here on the left side, you've got what look to be like highlights, and this is trailer footage. I've definitely used these in a handful of videos. So some highlights from like a pro match that's being played. And then right up here, some of the old oddballs, some of the portal shooter things, hat, Spectra. I've never seen this. Is this like one of these brand name kind of things? Actually, let's make sure we've got it on the Gucciest quality. Some of the super old school. If you played Splitgate back in the early days, oh my gosh, it's the cucumber cactus bro. Is it a cactus? Is it a pickle? Is it a cucumber? I don't know. He's right back. Yeah, sweet. But yeah, the old school armor sets. Freaking rad. And then old weapons. I don't know what that is. That doesn't ring a bell all that much to me. And check this out. Aramid? It looks like a Cyberpunk 2077 weapon. Is that like an SMG or like an energy SMG? See, I think these are our first probably glimpses at the first two pieces of like new kit in the sandbox. The pistol looks rad. Everything looks a lot nicer too, by the way. I'm fairly confident this is UE5 because look at the lighting and the tech on it, like the reflections on the floor. Looks like a cell phone, I don't know, bullet round, something like that. And that trailer, I've used that in a bunch of different videos. These portal walls are pretty sick. And then check this out. Rainforest, holographic simulation, access granted. And then over on the left, it's kind of more red. Let's see if actually, well, I'll show you the end and then we'll jump back. He shoots the portal right there at the end, and I'll just, because the trailer ends in just a second. Looking at the left hand, portal looks a little different. Then it goes through and that's the end of it. But let's jump back here. Can we see what's written on that? Lava field, I bet. It says Ava field, but it has to be lava field. So you've got like a lavas thing. I don't know if this is a new like training place in the next game. Different brand name for the banners there too. But my gosh, this looks freaking sick. And also, like, man, how cool that they're honoring like the creators. They're throwing that stuff into the game. I'm super stoked. So I'm gonna throw some Splitgate footage up and just talk sort of what I think about this and the state of the game right now. Number one, I love Splitgate. Been covering it since the project originally came out, and I'm just so stoked about the storyline that game had. If you don't know, it was a college, project built with passion. And they essentially have a very Halo-like sandbox mixed in with portals, and it brings in a ton of old school arena feeling. And for me, like growing up with things like Unreal Tournament and Quake and Halo, this was like a dream game. It was an absolute dream game. And when it blew up, was it summer 2021? I think it was, when the game had its moment and it just exploded, and then they got their huge round of funding. It was pretty incredible. So right now, if you don't know, Splitgate had a massive summer in 2021. We've talked about it a bunch. The servers, similar to Helldivers 2 situation, they couldn't contain the amount of people trying to hop on and play the game. And it was really cool. From that, they got a huge round of funding, and they're working on something new in the Splitgate universe. We know it's an FPS, we know it has portals, and we know it's on Unreal Engine 5. Essentially, the reasoning for transitioning to this new project is the UE4 base that they had apparently was going to be pretty challenging to do a lot of stuff that they wanted to do, and they have been hiring up tons of incredible talent within the industry, like top names, and they've been building and working on what this next thing is. And I really, really believe that they have the priorities set straight, because Splitgate 1 feels fantastic on both mouse and keyboard and on controller. They made sure that the actual game feel is superb. It is really, really good. Then, from a map design standpoint, the maps are incredibly clever. They're well designed. Not all of them are my favorite, but for the most part, like, to design a map that plays well when your player has the ability to portal anywhere they want, that they can see a portal pad, that's a challenge. That's a huge challenge, and I think they did a really good job making a good blend and building out some good maps, because it does feel to me like Halo Unreal Tournament meets Portal. And as an old school arena FPS fan, I am just thrilled with that. There were people frustrated when they announced that feature development was ending for Splitgate while they were transitioning to this new project, because people had bought skins or invested time and felt like, hey, there's a longer roadmap to go after with this game. I can understand that, but I'm also really... 1047 is so plugged in with their community that I have a strong feeling that they will do probably a good job meeting some of those concerns here in the next game, or finding ways to commemorate or immortalize some of those things that you've done in the previous game. That's just a pure guess. Now, in terms of Splitgate right now, Splitgate is crossplay. You can play on Xbox, you can play on PlayStation or PC, and all three play together. It is not very popular on the PC anymore, unfortunately. The game does have a few things going for it, though. Custom game browser, so you can always hop in and find people playing. They do have bots, and honestly, if you're a very first-time player, you're going to play quite a few bots in your matches regardless. But when you're going into matchmaking, you will bump into matches that are filled out with bots here and there. If you want to avoid that, go into the custom game browser. 1047 also built a really sick map editor before the feature development concluded, and people have been making fantastic stuff. That is the one thing that just stands out to me with 1047 is they really care about this game and the community, and they're committed to giving them tools to support that vision. And that's why I think you can still hop in and have fun with this game. I do wish there were more people playing the game, but as we start what is probably the marketing cycle here for the next Splitgate title, the popularity is probably going to return. And they've got the players and I imagine the staff now who are going to just knock it out of the park. I will say, sometimes like these initiatives, I love this kind of stealth mystery drop. It's pretty cool. But the title of the video, Say Goodbye to Splitgate, had me, trying to tell people in my Discord, like, yo, chill. I have friends who are like, yo, is the game shutting down? Or even the comments of the trailer itself. People are like, oh, well, it had a good run. It shut down too soon. There's those things where maybe one extra clarifying tweet helps out. I don't know. I'm not an expert in this. I'm positive if they prioritize the solid gameplay and the emphasis that they put on their community, Splitgate 2 is going to kick butt, or whatever it's called. Like, it's going to be fantastic, and I literally cannot wait to try it. What a perfect timing. Like, honestly, if Splitgate's new project can come out anytime right now, like until the next Halo game starts its marketing hype cycle, it's perfect, because you've got an absolute massive community of people who are looking for this kind of sandbox, this kind of game, or at least a segment of the Halo player base would love this. I mean, let's say later this summer, a new Splitgate thingy comes out. Bro, you couldn't write a better timing for a big exodus. And that's what happened in 2021. A bunch of the Warzone creators were frustrated with the cheating situation, and they started making videos on the game going, yeah, this is actually fantastic. You should try this out. Let me know what you think of the trailer, of Splitgate, of all of this stuff down in the comments below. I'm incredibly excited. It's going to be a good time, and just can't wait to play this new game. So thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you again very soon.